As the sun sank below the horizon, Meri sat in her living room, the place softly lit by a table lamp. She had created a home for herself in the middle of years of chaos, and it was warm and earthy, reflecting her personality. Jen, on the other side of her, was leaning back on the couch with her arms folded and a determined yet frustrated expression on her face. Neither had touched their coffee mugs, but steam rose from them. Jen's voice, piercing yet encouraging, infused the room with a sense of tension. With her eyes hardening, Jen firmly remarked, "Meri, you've been too patient with them for too long. Cody and Robyn have established a small world in which they are the only important people. And the rest of you? In their grand scheme to live in denial, we are all merely collateral damage." With a sigh, Meri leaned forward and rested her elbows on her knees. "I'm not sure, Jen. Not that I haven't made an effort. I've made an effort to find harmony. I've made an effort to go on. However, I always feel like I'm the one that puts forth the most effort." Jen's voice grew somewhat softer as she cocked her head. "That's because all of the work is being done by you." Hey, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. They also don't merit it. For years, you have gone above and above for Cody and the family. Let's face it though, when has he ever put you first? Meri took a while to respond. She gazed at her coffee cup, the liquid churning as though it had solutions she was unable to locate. The atmosphere was very different at Robyn's residence. With its elaborate furniture and plush draperies, the living room felt less like a home and more like a showroom. Cody strode back and forth while expressing his emotions with wildly erratic hand gestures. Robyn was sitting on the couch with her hands folded neatly in her lap and her stance rigid. She made an effort to be patient, but her mouth's tiny movement revealed that she was becoming increasingly irritated. "Robyn, I just don't understand it," Cody said, raising his voice. "Why are they unable to perceive the wider picture? I have given this family my everything. Everything. Additionally, they are all now ignoring me." Robyn nodded in a controlled tone, her grin taut. "Cody, I understand. You have made a lot of sacrifices. We simply view things differently than others do." Cody halted his pacing and made a theatrical gesture with his hands. "Exactly. They fail to notice it. Meri too? She is also retreating. She is simply putting distance between herself and me after everything we have been through." Robyn paused and twitched her fingers a little, trying to think carefully about what she was going to say. "Well, perhaps it's time for a change of perspective. Perhaps they are withdrawing because they feel as though their voices are not being heard." Cody turned to look at her, his face displaying a mix of defensiveness and incredulity. "Robyn, what are you trying to say? That I am to blame for this?" Robyn's calm exterior started to crumble as she blinked. "I'm just saying that perhaps we should listen more rather than try to control everything." Cody's jaw tensed as he gazed at her, but he remained silent. Rather, he turned and started pacing again, his mind racing with ideas he wasn't prepared to face. The whole family got together at Christine's residence a few days later. The weight of silent complaints made the normally cozy and inviting atmosphere feel heavier. Cody stood in the middle of the living room, his customary confidence visibly weakened, while the spouses sat around it, their faces guarded. Before speaking to the gathering, he inhaled deeply. "Look," he said, a tinge of desperation in his voice. "I am aware that not everything has gone as planned. I am aware of the strain. However, I really believe we can resolve this. We simply must." Christine interrupted in a calm but forceful voice. "Cody, stop." Her eyes locked with his. "For years, you have been stating the same thing. That issues are reversible. That all we have to do is work harder. However, nothing ever shifts. And truthfully, you're not listening to us, I believe." Janelle's voice was firm as she nodded in agreement. "Christine is correct. You've been attempting to manage the circumstance for so long that you've lost sight of the goal. Cody, this isn't about you taking command. The rest of us need to feel like we even matter." Cody's face turned red with annoyance. "That is untrue. I've always made an effort to prioritize my family." "No," Meri interrupted him quietly. Despite being quiet, her voice had a weight that made the room quiet. "You've always made an effort to prioritize your family's needs, and you've forgotten what the family truly needs in the process." There was silence in the room. Cody, lacking his customary bluster, looked about. He appeared to realize the extent of the harm for the first time. He opened his mouth to say something, but nothing came out. The mood had subsided by the time we returned to Meri's home. There was a sense of quiet resolution in place of the tension from the previous days as Meri and Jen sat together once more. With her hands encircling her coffee mug, Meri reclined on the couch. "Do you believe that I made the right decision?" Her voice was thoughtful as she asked. Taking a step back from everything, Jen made no hesitation. "Yes, without a doubt. You've given up your happiness for individuals who didn't deserve it for a very long time. Meri, it's time to prioritize yourself." With a tiny smile, Meri felt a bit less burden on her shoulders. "Perhaps you are correct." Jen lifted her cup and joked, "I'm always right. Let's celebrate freedom and Cody's eventual acceptance of the repercussions of his poor decisions." Meri clinked her cup against Jen's while chuckling gently. Meri felt hope, something she hadn't felt in a long time, as they sat in the room's warm brightness. Robyn's recent remark about her core family raises the possibility that Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, is giving up too much for her. He appears to agree with Robyn because he doesn't condemn her crude remark. Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown are currently Cody's ex-wife. In the past, their animosity for Robyn Brown caused tension with the other women originally. Sister Wives was a defense of polygamy. The goal was to demonstrate to the world that multiple marriages are feasible. Its purpose was to refute the notion that it causes emotional harm to individuals who are involved. Regretfully, it appeared to be the exact opposite as the family started to decline. Sister Wives seems to have been mistakenly made to undermine polygamy. Kody lavished Robyn with attention while neglecting his other 3 wives. The other wives repressed their anger because they were envious. The conclusion was too obvious. With her nasty core family comment, she is now making fun of her monogamy with Kody. Yes, Robyn and their children are where Kody spends the most of his time. He distanced himself from other family members who disobeyed his very stringent regulations throughout the outbreak. But he had already begun to distance himself from the others before that world catastrophe. It's simple to claim that the wives' departure was caused by the pandemic, but there was much more involved. In the end, everything came down to partiality. Kody could no longer pretend to be the devout polygamist because he was too enamored with Robyn. Everyone sensed that he was playing his part, but the truth was kept hidden. What was the reality? The fact that Kody and Robyn had their core family, and everyone else was on a lower rung made the plural marriage a charade. Running a family this way is not a smart idea. Robyn and Kody continued to deny what was obvious to all. Like the proverbial elephant in the room, the imbalance was severe and nobody was duped. Nevertheless, the pair did their part, acting as though everything was equal. In the meantime, the audience around the world and the other members of the Brown family were aware of the reality. It stood just before them. Kody and Robyn are frequently viewed as villains because of this. They took the covert route rather than having an open discussion about why they were isolating themselves from everyone and getting that out of the way. Their spycraft wasn't the best, though. They are not quite advanced. For instance, the suffering coming from the oppressed spouses shone in the dark like a beacon, pointing to a painful reality when Robyn and Kody said that Robyn didn't receive more care. The family disintegrated because of an issue that wasn't being addressed. It was such a pleasant change from the typical charade when Robyn finally came clean and told Kody that she wanted to be monogamous after 3 wives ran away. It was someone expressing their true feelings, which they had most likely always held. The problem is that looking back, Robyn was probably wise to conceal her inner life. When it wasn't, it became evident that she had a darker side that she had attempted to hide, perhaps even since she wed Kody in 2014. Robyn is now doing more of the same, but this has the drawback that she doesn't seem like a kind person. She comes off as cruel and harsh. She might not be aware of this. She went too far and became interested in matters that weren't truly her concern. The other children that Kody is the parent of are not close to Robyn. Instead, they desire their father. It is not her job to label the other children, treating them as less than human and not fitting into the core. Robyn has betrayed herself with this material so many times. In fact, it's exhausting how competitive the lady is, making fun of long-gone ex-wives who have no desire or intention of coming back. No other woman is attempting to take away Robyn's possessions. Both emotionally and mentally, the ex-partners have moved on. They are not the same individuals who were Kody's spouses in the past. The only one who remains unchanged is Robyn, who emphasizes her power as the only surviving wife while being stuck in the past. But she doesn't appear content. That's the true problem. If she didn't appear to be so unhappy herself, it would be simple to understand why she would flaunt her possessions and rub them in people's faces. The true conundrum here is that Robyn appears to be an unfulfilled lady despite having everything and wanting everyone to know that she is the girl with the most cake. As Courtney Love said in Hole's song Doll Parts, She doesn't even appear to love her spouse as much as she once did most of the time. She exhibits a startlingly cruel nature in her rivalry, cruelty, and one-upmanship, which doesn't exactly shout inner peace. Robyn's life must be going badly, since she wouldn't have to go to such lengths. I hope she can work things out with Kody Brown from Sister Wives. Recently, Christine Brown, actress of Sister Wives, made a statement about heartbreak, and I believe it portends trouble in paradise. The 53-year-old mother of 5, Christine, has seen a lot of change in recent years, but she may be about to experience much more. Before she chose to dissolve her 27-year marriage to polygamist patriarch Kody Brown in 2021, she was his third wife. Christine never struck me as the independent sort, so I was surprised when she made the decision to leave Kody. Christine disproved everyone, even myself. Christine quickly began dating after splitting from Kody. After going through such a terrible divorce, it was encouraging to see Christine eager to let her heart open once more. Christine put a lot of effort into mending the marriage before having to come to terms with the fact that it was finished, even though she never wanted to divorce Kody. Christine met and fell in love with David shortly after she resumed dating, and Sister Wives Season 19 documented their intense passion. Although I believed Christine was content with her new life, her recent remarks on heartbreak have made me reconsider. Christine met David in 2022 after divorcing Kody in 2021, and the two of them lived together after less than a year of dating. Given that her youngest kid, Truly Brown, was still living with her at the time, I was surprised that the always prim and proper Christine would live with a guy prior to being married. Nevertheless, Christine decided to move in with her new lover. They have a large mixed family because David is a widower with 8 children and 10 grandchildren. Christine accepted David's proposal shortly after they moved in together. In October 2023, Christine wed David. The wedding was captured on camera for a 2-part Sister Wives special that aired in January. Christine chose to flaunt her tattoo, which is identical to David's, by wearing an off-the-shoulder wedding gown. Her suit was entirely black. The 2 other ladies Kody was already married to attended the little uncomplicated wedding that Christine and Kody held. For Sarah, her wedding to David was a very different kind of occasion. On their special day, Christine and David were surrounded by their relatives, but I'm concerned that the positive energy didn't linger. David seems to be completely different from Kody. David is more reserved than Kody, less sentimental, and, most crucially for Christine, does not want to engage in polygamy. Nevertheless, I feel that Christine and David shouldn't have married so soon. I firmly believe that Christine would have benefited from some alone time to better understand herself after 27 years of marriage to Kody. I sincerely hope that I am mistaken about Christine and David because I am such a huge admirer of theirs. Christine rang in the new year on January 1st, 2025, by sharing a 2024 recap on Instagram. In order to share her experiences, the 1,000 Pounds Sisters Season 19 star posted pictures and videos from the past year. "What a year it has been," Christine wrote as the caption for her 2024 summary. "From unbelievable heartbreak to unforgettable adventures, this year has been all about growth, joy and hardship, and finding the courage to choose happiness." The phrase heartbreak caught my attention the most. The loss of one of their own in March 2024 saddened the Brown family. Kody and his second wife, Janelle Brown, 55, had a son, Garrison Brown, 25. Despite not being her actual son, Christine knew Garrison from the day he was born and raised him alongside her own kids. Christine was the one who stayed at home with all of the kids as they were growing up because Kody and Janelle were both full-time employees. She and Garrison shared a unique bond, and Christine was devastated by his untimely demise. Even if Christine had a lot of positive things in 2024, it must be hard for her to truly appreciate her delight when she is grieving. A condition called survivor's guilt occurs when someone finds it impossible to enjoy life after losing a loved one. Christine has supported her previous sister wife, since she is close to Janelle, Garrison's biological mother. Christine's remark, in my opinion, was more likely to be directed at Garrison than it was at her marriage to David. The amount of transformation Christine has undergone since she left Kody and married David is mind-blowing. I initially viewed the alterations as a warning sign, but I've subsequently had second thoughts. I believe that while she was married to Kody, Christine was attempting to be someone else, and her love for David allowed her to finally be herself. She used to be very conservative, but now she rides on the back of David's motorcycle and has tattoos. I'm glad for the Sister Wives Season 19 star because she's more herself than she's ever been in many respects. Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been isolating everyone outside of his core family, and I don't see why he doesn't see that this will be a big issue for him in the future. Despite having some quite divisive views, Kody has had little trouble navigating his relationships during the run of Sister Wives. For most of the series, it was evident that Kody was the head of his household, even though things have gotten worse for him recently. Kody was the leader, as is customary in Mormon households. When things started to change in their lives, Kody's influence waned. His wife, Robyn Brown now, and Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown before, were quick to listen to his wishes and follow his timetable. Sister Wives has been more about upending the status quo and exposing the family's struggles behind the scenes in the previous few seasons, and Kody has been quick to respond. The family patriarch has been working through his emotions, but his interactions with his older children are still difficult. As Sister Wives Season 19 has shown. On Sister Wives, Kody has always been more forthcoming about his emotions, but in the most recent season, he made it apparent where he stands with his family. Kody has been handling the aftermath of his divorces in an intriguing way since losing 3 of his 4 spouses, and his feelings toward his ex-wife are influenced by the way his children behave. Kody is investing more in his family with Robyn than anyone else, despite the fact that he is aware that his older children are adults who form their own beliefs. He still feels that their mothers are influencing their views. Kody is effectively excluding his older children from his life by referring to himself, Robyn, and their 5 kids as the core family. Even if many of Kody's adult children don't talk to him directly, those who were once by his side are starting to realize that he doesn't generally support them. Even though Kody's interactions with his other children indicate that he may be a decent parent, he has chosen to be a strict and closed-off father to the children who are not part of his core family, leaving them out in the cold, while the children of Kody and Robyn, 3 of whom were adopted by Kody after his official marriage to Robyn, have been able to experience the positive aspects of Kody. His other children haven't had the opportunity to do so for years. As a father, Kody has alienated his family to the point where they don't want to be together. Kody has tried to explain that he would be fine with a relationship in the future, but he has stringent rules about how that can happen, leaving his children to shoulder the responsibilities he should be handling as a father. Kody has taken the difficult choice to work through his problems on his own and claims he'll be ready when his kids want to come to him, instead of feeling at ease with them or choosing to be the bigger person and go to them. Kody stated that he would resume a connection with them if they repented of their actions. Apart from the fact that Kody is the parent, it's obvious he's not ready for any grown-up discourse because he doesn't even want to try to apologize for his careless and unresponsive actions. It's obvious that Kody's time on Sister Wives hasn't been good for his ego, even though his primary emphasis right now appears to be on his children. Since Kody dislikes being challenged, being on TV is not good for him. Instead, in order to avoid having to confront his shortcomings, he would prefer it if viewers would not provide him feedback. In his own life, he spiraled in a number of ways after receiving scathing criticism about his actions from each of his ex-partners. For Kody, it hurts much more when it occurs on a bigger scale. I'm wondering if Kody really realizes that he won't be able to mend those ties after Sister Wives, since he keeps alienating his older kids. Kody seems determined to pursue ties with his children going ahead, even though he only wants to do so if they approach him. I hope that his actions don't have a significant negative influence on his children. Kody clearly doesn't understand that openly alienating his children on Sister Wives will cost him a relationship with them in the future, as seen by his incapacity to deal with the fallout from his own actions. Let us know in your comments, and stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.